Most people fail the CCNA 2026 on the questions hiding near the end of this round, and you are about to face every one of them. Here is the game. 21 real exam-style questions. Read each one, lock in your answer before the timer reveals it, and keep a running score. They get harder as you go, and the ones that trip up the most test takers are stacked near the finish. Make it to the end with your streak alive, and you will walk into the real exam ready. First question is up now. Question 1 of 21. What is a characteristic of encryption in wireless networks? Option A. Intercepts data threats before they attack a network. Option B. B uses policies to prevent unauthorized users. Option C. C must include a combination of letters and numbers. Option D. D encodes and decodes data for authorized users. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Exam logic. Encryption protects wireless communications by encoding data so it is unreadable to unauthorized parties and decoding it for authorized users with the correct key. The other options describe threat prevention, access policies, or password complexity rules rather than encryption itself. Question 2 of 21. What benefit does controller-based networking provide versus traditional networking? Option A. A allows configuration and monitoring of the network from one centralized point. Option B. B provides an added layer of security to protect from DDoS attacks. Option C. C combines control and data plane functionality on a single device to minimize latency. Option D. D moves from a two-tier to a three-tier network architecture to provide maximum redundancy. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option A. Why it works. Controller-based networking centralizes network management by separating the control plane from the data plane. This provides a single point of configuration and monitoring, which is the primary advantage over traditional distributed management. Question 3 of 21. How does traditional campus device management differ from Cisco DNA Center device management in regards to deployment? Option A. A traditional campus device management allows a network to scale more quickly than with Cisco DNA Center device management. Option B. Cisco DNA Center device management can deploy a network more quickly than traditional campus device management. Option C. Cisco DNA Center device management can be implemented at a lower cost than most traditional campus device management options. Option D. Traditional campus device management schemes can typically deploy patches and updates more quickly than Cisco DNA Center device management. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option B. Key Q. Cisco DNA Center uses automated provisioning to push configurations to multiple devices simultaneously from a central dashboard. Traditional management requires manual, device-by-device command line configuration, making deployments much slower and more prone to human error. Question 4 of 21. What is a requirement for non-overlapping Wi-Fi channels? Option A. Different security settings. Option B. Discontinuous frequency ranges. Option C. Unique SSIDs. Option D. Different transmission speeds. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option B. Behind the answer, non-overlapping Wi-Fi channels must use discontinuous frequency ranges that do not share overlapping spectrum. In the 2.4 GHz band, for example, channels 1, 6, and 11 are spaced far enough apart to prevent frequency overlap. Quick gut check. You are a quarter of the way in. How is your score holding up? Keep it rolling. Question 5 of 21. How does encryption protect the wireless network? Option A. Via integrity checks to identify wireless forgery attacks in the frame. Option B. Via an algorithm to change wireless data so that only the access point and client understand it. Option C. Via specific ciphers to detect and prevent zero-day network attacks. Option D. Via a policy to prevent unauthorized users from communicating on the wireless network. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option B. Reasoning. Encryption protects wireless communications by applying cryptographic algorithms to transform plain text data into ciphertext. Only authorized devices, such as the access point and authenticated client, can decrypt and understand the transmitted information. Question 6 of 21. What is the primary purpose of a console port on a Cisco WLC? Option A. In-band management via an asynchronous transport. Option B. In-band management via an IP transport. Option C. Out-of-band management via an asynchronous transport. Option D. Out-of-band management via an IP transport. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option C. What the exam tests here. A console port provides out-of-band management access through an asynchronous serial connection. Options mentioning in-band or IP transport confuse console access with network management interfaces like SSH or HTTPS. Question 7 of 21. Which definition describes JWT in regard to REST API security? Option A. An encrypted JSON token that is used for authentication. Option B. An encrypted JSON token that is used for authorization. Option C. An encoded JSON token that is used to securely exchange information. Option D. An encoded JSON token that is used for authentication. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option C. Exam logic. A JSON web token is an encoded token used to securely exchange information between parties. The token is digitally signed for integrity, but it is not encrypted by default, making the encrypted options incorrect. Question 8 of 21. What is the function of FTP? Option A. Always operated without user connection validation. Option B. Uses block number to identify and mitigate data transfer errors. Option C. Relies on the well-known UDO port 69 for data transfer. Option D uses two separate connections for control and data traffic. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option D. Why it works. File Transfer Protocol operates using two distinct TCP connections for control traffic and data transfer. Options referencing UDP port 69 are describing TFTP, which uses a simpler, connectionless architecture. Question 9 of 21. How are the switches in a spine and leaf topology interconnected? Option A. Each leaf switch is connected to one of the spine switches. Option B. Each leaf switch is connected to each spine switch. Option C. Each leaf switch is connected to two spine switches, making a loop. Option D. Each leaf switch is connected to a central leaf switch, then uplinked to a core spine switch. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option B. Key Q. A spine and leaf topology requires every leaf switch to connect to every spine switch. This fabric design provides equal-cost multipath routing and predictable latency. Options describing partial or central connections describe legacy designs. Halfway point. The questions step up in difficulty from here, so do not coast. This is where the exam separates people. Question 10 of 21. What is used as a solution for protecting an individual network endpoint from attack? Option A. Antivirus software. Option B. Wireless controller. Option C. router. Option D. Cisco DNA Center. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option A. Behind the answer, antivirus software is installed directly on endpoints to detect and remove malicious code. Network devices like routers and wireless controllers secure the broader network rather than the individual host. Question 11 of 21. Which selections must be used on the WLC when implementing a radius server for wireless authentication? Option A. Client exclusion and SSH. Option B. Network access control state and SSH. Option C. AAA override and the IP address of the server. Option DD802.1x and the MAC address of the server. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option C. Reasoning. Configuring a radius server on a WLC requires the server IP address. AAA override is optional for dynamic VLAN assignment, but not mandatory for basic authentication, making this choice slightly ambiguous. Question 12 of 21. How does IPsec provide secure networking for applications within an organization? Option A. It takes advantage of FTP to secure file transfers between nodes on the network. Option B. B. It provides GRE tunnels to transmit traffic securely between network nodes. Option C. C. It enables sets of security associations between peers. Option D. D. It leverages TFTP, providing secure file transfers among peers on the network. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option C. What the exam tests here. IPsec establishes secure communication through the creation of security associations between peers. These associations define the cryptographic parameters and protocols used to protect traffic. FTP and TFTP are separate application layer protocols, while GRE provides tunneling without native encryption. Question 13 of 21. An engineer must configure inter-switch VLAN communication between a Cisco switch and a third-party switch. Which action should be taken? Option A. Configure DSCP. Option B. Configure IEEE 802.1Q. Option C. Configure ISL. Option D. Configure IEEE 802.1P. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option B. Exam logic. IEEE 802.1Q is the industry-standard trunking protocol used to tag frames for multiple VLANs across a single link. Because the connection involves a third-party switch, a standards-based protocol is required. Cisco's proprietary inter-switch link, or ISL, is unsupported by other vendors. Question 14 of 21. Which value is the unique identifier that an access point uses to establish and maintain wireless connectivity to wireless network devices? Option A. AVLAN ID. Option B. BSSID. Option C. CRFID. Option D. DWLAN ID. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option B. Why it works. The Service Set Identifier, or SSID, is the unique logical name assigned to a wireless network that clients use to associate with an access point. VLAN and WAN IDs map traffic logically, while RFID tracks physical assets, eliminating those distractors. Question 15 of 21. Which design element is a best practice when deploying an 802.11b wireless infrastructure? Option A. Allocating non-overlapping channels to access points that are in close physical proximity to one another. Option B. Disabling TCP so that access points can negotiate signal levels with their attached wireless devices. Option C. Configuring access points to provide clients with a maximum of 5 megabits per second. Option D. Setting the maximum data rate to 54 megabits per second on the Cisco wireless LAN controller. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option A. Key Q. Allocating non-overlapping channels to nearby access points reduces adjacent channel interference and is a fundamental deployment best practice. Disabling TCP or restricting maximum data rates are invalid configuration concepts, directly eliminating those options. 3/4 done. You are in the home stretch now, so tighten your focus for the hardest run. Question 16 of 21. What is a function of a next-generation IPS? Option A. It analyzes and mitigates observed vulnerabilities in a network. Option B. It serves as a controller within a controller-based network. Option C. It integrates with a radius server to enforce Layer 2 device authentication rules. Option D. It makes forwarding decisions based on learned MAC addresses. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option A. Behind the answer, a next-generation intrusion prevention system inspects traffic to detect and mitigate vulnerabilities and threats in real time. The other options describe the roles of controllers, authentication servers, or basic switches, which do not perform deep packet inspection. Question 17 of 21. What is the default port security behavior on a trunk link? Correct answer. Option A. A. It places the port in the air-disabled state if it learns more than one MAC address. Option B. B. It causes a network loop when a violation occurs. Option C. C. It disables the native VLAN configuration as soon as port security is enabled. Option D. It places the port in the air-disabled state after 10 MAC addresses are statically configured. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Reasoning. Port security defaults to restricting a trunk link to a single MAC address and will place the port in air-disabled state upon violation. Because a trunk requires multiple addresses, you must manually raise the maximum allowed limit. Question 18 of 21. Which configuration most likely ensures that the switch becomes the root bridge for VLAN 750? Option A. A. Command shown on screen. Option B. B. The command shown on screen. Option C. C. The command shown on screen. Option D. The command shown on screen. Lock in your pick before the reveal. Trust the read. The answer is option B. What the exam tests here. Setting the STP priority to 0 forces the switch to have the lowest possible bridge ID, making it the root bridge. While the root primary command also works, a priority of 0 provides an absolute guarantee against other switches. Question 19 of 21. Which goal is achieved by the implementation of private IPv4 addressing on a network? Option A. A provides an added level of protection against internet exposure. Option B. B provides a reduction in size of the forwarding table on network routers. Option C. C allows communication across the internet to other private networks. Option D allows servers and workstations to communicate across public network boundaries. Decide on the strongest option before the reveal. Stay with your gut. The answer is option A. Exam logic. Private IPv4 addresses are not routable on the public internet. This inherently shields internal hosts from direct external exposure, reducing attack vectors. Final stretch. These last few are the ones most test takers get wrong, so make them count. Question 20 of 21. Which step immediately follows receipt of the EAP success message when session resumption is disabled for an EAP TLS connection? Option A. APMK ID caching. Option B. B four-way handshake. Option C. C802. 1x authentication. Option D. D-Apple keyframe. Make the call before the reveal. Hold the line on it. The answer is option B. Why it works. After an EAP success message, an access point and client establish encryption keys using a four-way handshake. Disabling session resumption prevents fast roaming, forcing a full authentication before this key exchange. Question 21 of 21. How do TCP and UDP differ in the way that they establish a connection between two endpoints? Option A. TCP uses the three-way handshake, and UDP does not guarantee message delivery. Option B. TCP uses synchronization packets, and UDP uses acknowledgement packets. Option C. UDP provides reliable message transfer, and TCP is a connectionless protocol. Option D. UDP uses SYN, SYN-ACK, and FIN bits in the frame header, while TCP uses SYN, SYN-ACK, and ACK bits. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Key Q. TCP establishes a connection using a three-way handshake before data transfer. UDP is a connectionless protocol that simply sends packets without any handshake or delivery guarantee.